Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Soulkissed and we're here with another tarot reading. This time, instead of the typical pick a card readings that I do, we are going to do a collective reading for the collective consciousness for this full moon right now. I believe it's the cold moon. Each month, each cycle has a name for each full moon, and I believe, my bad. And I believe that this one is the cold moon one. And there's my knee, so let's make this more comfortable. So that way you guys don't have to see this giant black lump in the middle of the reading. It is really crowded in my space right now, so I'm super sorry. I'm literally on the floor. We have a guest staying in my room right now, my really good friend. So all her stuff's here and my stuff, and it's a small, teeny tiny European apartment, so there's not a lot of space. So we'll make do with what we have. I hope that that's a saying. Anyways, let's get back to the reading. I only have this one crystal here. I'm really not so sure. Let's put it under by the camera. I'm really not so sure what it's called and what the name is. I do know is that I got it on a hike in the Middle East once, and it like has such a strong, powerful energy that is so meaningful to me and priceless. So I'm really excited about this reading. I'm also super excited because I have this new deck that is going to be my first time using this deck. I tried getting a feel for it earlier, but it's this beautiful soul journey lesson cards, kind of like an oracle deck. And yeah, okay, so also I'm aware that the candle is not on, so I just want to get that out there so people don't comment that down below. It's okay, you can save your energy for that because I already am aware. I don't have a lighter and I'm too lazy to get it. So anyways, let's get started. I am going to cut out these, I'm just going to go shuffle and get the energy for each of these decks and get one big pile all together. So I'm going to cut out for a second, but that is just so you guys don't have to sit around and watch me shuffle this whole thing. So let's get started. Another reason, real quick before I get into it, why this full moon is so special is because it is the last full moon of 2020. And we all know that 2020 has been a crazy year, a year of a lot of death, but we all know that death happens for an opportunity for there to be a birth of something new. So this year can either be a year where we've planted a lot of seeds for new things to grow, or where we still have many lessons to learn in 2021. So let's try to see where the collective consciousness is at. And yeah, so I'll get started and I'll start shuffling. Okay guys, so I shuffled all these decks. I have to say these were the most cards I've ever gotten in any reading, and it's definitely not even just because I got a new deck, but like everything. There is so much that Spirit has to say. So let's check it out first with this Spirit Animal Oracle deck. I'm gonna put all the decks down below in the link because I know all of you guys, a lot of people like finding new decks through YouTube videos. So we have Chameleon Spirit, Act As If. Beaver Spirit, Lay a Solid Foundation. Hummingbird Spirit, Be Here Now. Antelope Spirit, Life is Speeding Up. Dolphin Spirit, This and That Are True. Ooh, I don't even know if these are all gonna fit. Moth Spirit, never seen this one, Surrender Now. Okay, it like kind of low-key fits. Let's move these and this and this and this and this and this. Okay, dokie. And now we have I'm so excited. Okay, Abundance. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Preach! Self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Relationships. I'm attracted to those who serve my higher good. Oh, I really don't know if we're going to fit all of these. Let's see. And then now the Osho Zen Tarot deck. We have Source, Guilt, Breakthrough, Innocence. Let's see. Ooh, we can put it, oh, I'm gonna put it here. And possibilities. Let's put her all the way over here. And then we have these mini tarot deck that my sister got me, this travel tarot deck. It's a bitch to shuffle, I'm not even gonna lie. I literally just put it in a box and treat it like, you know those videos where they have the charms, the bowl of charms, and like, yo, I don't know if they try to make it like ASMR and like try to make it like pleasing, but it's like, I hate the sound. Ooh, it's like so scratchy and stuff. So I'm doing like that type of thing. And just putting it in a bowl and just kind of grabbing at it. We have the moon, little babies, Queen of Wands, dope, Queen of Pentacles, awesome, and the one that showed up here is the actual cover for the deck, so we're just gonna put that aside. That's clearly not a message meant for us, but okay, so the first thing that stood out to me is Antelope Spirit. Life is speeding up. One thing we know for sure, especially if you guys are keeping up with the collective consciousness energy, which I'm assuming a lot of you are if this video got attracted to you, but time itself is speeding up. And this is a huge thing that a lot of spiritual teachers have been talking about lately. I don't know the full-on science, physics, blah, 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 blah of that. All I know is that I'm feeling it. Like this time, the concept of time has been so different from how we've previously understood it. And I, for one, feel like time cycles and how time passes has evolved and shifted into something that like doesn't even fit the unit of measurements that we've been working with time now. And part of me just wants like a complete makeover with that, because it just doesn't seem to like fit in with our current reality. So Antelope Spirit, there you go. But a lot of you, okay, there's so many people shifting, like people who, there's so many of us who have never thought that we would get to this point. And there's so many people, I'm hearing that a lot of us, and I'm sure so many of you spiritual, maybe people who have been involved in spirituality for a long time have been seeing this also. But like, if you look around, because I for one am, there's so many people around us who we never, it's not that like they were bad people or like they did, or you know, they like were stubborn or like proving themselves like unfixable or like unchangeable or something. It's not necessarily that, but it's just like people that you never thought who would change, and never, and just assumed, you know, like would kind of like stick with their ways, you know, like it's hard for people to change, whatever. But you're looking around, so many people are looking around and seeing complete drastic shifts in consciousness of people around them, which definitely is bringing the message of what the neshamot, the souls, are here right now trying to do, which is to wake up the collective. And I'm hearing that a lot of us are just super surprised to actually look around and seeing that change being made, looking around and seeing that people are actually waking up to their own inner power and waking up to the reality of things, to the truth, waking up to how truth has manifested in our lives, and how so many things have been programmings, how so many things have been lies and deceit. And it's almost like if the collective right now has been, if each one of these clouds I'm hearing has been like 100 years, it's been like layers and layers and layers of like thousands of years piled up in the atmosphere. And we went through hell to go through these clouds. 2020 has been, everyone has claimed this as a year from hell. You know, everyone's making these jokes, these memes that like freaking giant alien chickens are gonna like take over or whatever by next year. We all saw the memes, we all saw the things. And the reason, Source wants you guys to know that the reason why this had to happen was because we had to detox. Earth had to detox herself. Gaia, our soul's source energy, had to detox this energy off of Earth, which is why, you know how you go like in an airplane and you go up in the clouds, and once you reach past the clouds, it's just sun. It's always sun or Mother Moon just staring down and knowing. And it's so funny because it's like, once when you're under the cloudy skies, right, you're like this. You're like, oh my God, I'm depressed. It's winter right now. We're all having seasonal depression, you know, like I'm depressed. Like, where's the sun at? Like, oh my God, I need this in my life. Like, kind of feeling crippled, or that we lost the sun, or that we don't have her anymore, have him anymore, whatever the energy is for you guys. But it's so funny because it's like once you get in an airplane and you get past that, you understand like, okay, this is always here for me. The sun, the moon, they're always here for me. I just need to use my imagination to understand that they exist beyond what I'm seeing right now. And this is what I'm hearing specifically from this card, is that 2020 has been a challenge to see if you can fully... Ooh, trust popped up earlier, but I thought it was energy from the last reading, so I put it back. I thought I didn't clean my cards right, but knowing to trust the universe and trusting that there are things blooming past these cloudy skies. And some of this hellish energy still isn't over yet, you know. 2020 isn't over yet, you know, and the 2020 energies are still not done. You know, they still have to get their share in, right? Just today, I'm in Croatia right now, and just today there was an earthquake, and my boyfriend and I were laughing about it because we were like, LOL. We literally said the other day, like, oh, we can't like blame 2020 anymore, like 2020 is basically done. And we felt like 2020 was like, bitch, you thought like I'm still here to mess stuff up. So even though, okay, so a lot of, and so this is a disclaimer that you need to not expect that once the clock reaches 0 or whatever, that all of 2020's issues are going to go away, because that is not the case. The issues go away with the collective consciousness. The issues go away and detox as the collective consciousness grows and evolves. Now, there are many things that we need to do to get there. We still have a lot of work to do as a collective. Active as if Leah Solid Foundation, be here now and surrender now. I'm going to move this here. It fits more. It seems more fitting. A lot of us are going to be battling with certain things, like what the truth is. There's going to be a lot of illusions popping up. So, because I'm seeing that this and that are true, source, and what was the other thing? Oh, number 2, duality. There's going to... Sorry guys, someone tried calling me on my phone, so I now put it on airplane mode, but that is my bad. Anyways, so there's going to be a huge... Oh, and I just noticed that there's 2 antelope pools. So there's definitely going to be a conflict, and y'all who know this, I know some of you are awakened to the truth. You guys know that there is now more than ever a complete duality of truth and what reality is and what truth is. But Spirit is telling me to tell you guys to understand that truth comes from source, and source lives within you. You have complete 24/7 access to source at all times. At all times. It is impossible for you to escape it. That source, this place right here, is this place that you can always access. When everything else is crazy, when everything else is chaotic, there's going to be a lot of conflict around, a lot of passion, a lot of people's emotions being thrown around, tossed around in these days, I'm hearing. But like, it can be the next couple of weeks, it can be, I'm really not even sure how long, because it again, the detox depends on our consciousness evolution. But that a lot of things can be thrown around, and many of you are going to feel confused. What's the truth? What's reality? What can I rely on? What can I believe in? And it's always going to be within yourself. And that might seem like some cheesy stuff that like doesn't really like make sense, whatever, that doesn't fit in with the reality realm, but you have to trust that it does, because you are as much part of source as anyone else here. And if these dualities of truth are in other people's realities, then your reality is just as potent, just as strong as someone else's. And you can create that, and that will manifest in the world around you. Lay a solid foundation. Some of you guys need to prepare, because we're going to be denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I place it with an insight of awareness. Some of you guys might be doubting this message. Some of you guys might be doubting. I'm hearing some of you might be doubting that like this whole 2020 energy will end, but also doubting that that spirituality has a role right now in the collective consciousness. A lot of us are just focusing on the clouds, just focusing on the stuff that the media has been projectile vomiting like a sick mama bird at us. But it's all a distraction, and it's all to get the collective consciousness unawakened to what truly is going on here. So sorry, I got distracted. So laying a blah 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 blah. We need to lay a solid foundation of this solar plexus, like solar plexus chakra. Seeing a lot of orange, a lot of yellows. Solar plexus chakra needs to be strengthened. You need self-confidence to be able to harness this silent, strong anchor within you, where you can access your soul, that can be your guide to what the truth is, and your guide that will take you out of this mindset. This mindset has been a disease that we have been fed since we were little, and has been created by media, by big media, by all these programs that are no longer fitting this new narrative that's coming up of love. And whenever there is love in existence, there cannot exist fear. And that's what a lot of these narratives live off of, is fear. This innocent, a lot of people are almost a bit naive to the stories that are coming up, and playing this innocent role of not believing that people are capable of doing such bad things, or even can't believe that that this narrative is capable of existing, this like beautiful story that we have written out for our future. But again, Dolphin Spirit, this and that are true. We are in a crossroad where you can choose. Again, you are part of Source. We have every much of strength as any other person in connection to Source. So you can choose how you want to manifest this. And your reality is just as strong as anyone else's reality. Especially awakened souls who understand their mission, understand their purpose, have access to the moon, have access to the moon spirit, which is to say that they are so much more powerful than unawakened energies that have their realities, that are rooted. And we all know this. If you guys have seen those spectrums of like energy levels of love and compassion and empathy and unity and peace and joy and all those beautiful things that make us love life just a little bit more, are so much stronger than these energies that are meant to hold us back just a little bit more, like fear, hatred, guilt, shame, all of it. So laying a solid foundation. For a lot of you, you guys need to act as if it's already happening. Act as if the narrative is already playing out, because it is. We are stepping into this. Like, whether you guys are ready for not, a lot of you guys got to prepare. You got to heal your unhealed emotional wounds. You got to heal your emotional bodies. You got to heal your physical bodies. Detox, meditate, eat healthy, eat right, get lots of rest, drink lots of water. It's, you guys, some of you are so stressed about the situation, so stressed about 2020, so stressed about what 2021 is going to bring you, so stressed about how the future is going to look, that you guys are not taking care of yourselves. But you guys have to know that it's in taking care of your bodies that you're taking care of the rest of humanity. And some of you might be in denial about that, might be selfish. Some of you, this whole message is a really hard pill to swallow, but it's a really important message for you guys to get across, that when you take care of yourself, you take care of others. And that is 100% true. 100% true, because when you heal energetically, other people heal. And also when you heal, you have more room for giving, more room for unconditional empathetic love, and that will help heal the planet. And to prepare for the 2021 energies of healing the planet, you guys need to heal, need to detox, need to get this toxic shit out of your body. All this doubt, all this fear, denial of your ability to heal yourselves, denial of believing that things can work out okay, denial of believing that this can be over. A lot of you need to hear and need to understand that just because we are in, I'm not seeing any numbers that reflect this, just because, or am I? No. A lot of you need to understand that just because that this year was really hard does not mean that it's never going to be over. A lot of you see your lives as like a constant battle after battle after battle after struggle after struggle after struggle. But you guys need to understand that the whole ebb and flow of life, the natural flow of things, is having the ups and downs. And right now, if we're at a down, that means that we have to come back and start a new cycle, start at square one. We're at a 10 cycle right now. We're at towards the end of something and about to create something beautiful. And in order for there to be a new cycle, there needs to be a zero, right? And in order for there being a zero means that there is a complete clean slate and an opportunity to have new beginnings, new starts, fresh starts to things. Can you get more cards for the collective, please? Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. You guys need to trust this. Which is so funny because that's what the other card that came out earlier that I put back. That's awesome. Be here now and surrender now. Again, so many people are worrying about the future, worrying about what's going to happen, worrying about politics and worrying about like what battle is there to fight now and all these things. It's like exhausted warriors, like exhausted soldiers, just like constantly feeling like you need to fight for something, whether it's like yourselves or other people. But I think that, here, let me read this. I think it'd be good to read this Moth Spirit Surrender Now card, because I've never read it actually, and I'm actually also really intrigued. I'm probably going to read a bunch of these ones too, because I've never opened this deck before, but let's see. I'll hold this up for you guys. Moth Spirit asks, what is guiding you right now? Are you in alignment with Spirit or pursuing something or someone with so much tenacity that it has become a compulsion or addiction? Are you so intoxicated by potential relationship or opportunity that you can't think straight? Hard work and dedication are virtues, and love, of course, is a beautiful thing. However, when Moth Spirit appears, it is time to consider if you have gone over the edge in a relentless pursuit. Workaholism, I've never read it like that. Overeating, perfectionism, or addiction to certainty or even to a person may be your current vice. The form of your addiction does not matter so much as awareness of the consequences of remaining persistent when moderation is needed. Let go of your excessive energy by channeling it in more than one direction. The fire burns hot, and you do not want to be engulfed by your passion to the exclusion of all other pursuits that matter to you. Now is a time for surrender and radical acceptance that your drive does not cause you to flee or to fight. Spirit wants you to release your need for certainty and control so that you can relax into a more balanced way of using your Moth Spirit energy. Banish the shoulds and musts so that you can enjoy what is as you allow for what might be. Protection message. Moth Spirit can be intense and honesty about Moth Spirit can be intense and honesty about your compulsive tendencies is needed right now. It is too easy to switch. See, I didn't trust that sentence would make sense. I got like kind of nervous. I was like, what? This doesn't make sense. Blah, blah, blah. Trust the process. Trust the sentence. Trust the message. Yeah, a lot of you are not trusting the message. Trust the message. And honesty about your compulsive tendencies is needed right now. It is too easy to switch from one addiction to another. Distraction from yourself, from the discomfort of uncertainty and the thoughts and emotions that arise when you aren't single-mindedly pursuing a goal. Moth Spirit calls you to practice moderation in all things and recognize when think you are headed toward the light but are really heading into a fire that will cause burnout. Why are you so resistant to letting go? Could you be avoiding difficult emotions you need to feel and release? Now is the time to do a fearless inventory so that your addictive tendencies can be toned down and rechanneled into enthusiastic activity and moderation. You are not a machine. Listen to Moth Spirit's message that a change is needed to support your well-being. Maybe deep down you know you have become too attached to something and someone. Let go of your need to control the outcome and allow yourself to remember the many ways you want to channel your energy, to relationships, to work, to giving to others, to self-care, and to all other pursuits you value. Okay, so what stood out to me a lot was what stood out to me was the addiction to truth and many emotional addictions that some of you guys have emotional addictions to fear or guilt or these lower frequencies because your ego is so afraid of how it can exist without them. And the answer is that it can't. The ego lives off of these things, but that is the whole point, is to strip down the ego. And it is a scary process. So some of you guys might be feeling resistance against these programmings that you've received all your lives. Again, the kind of innocent, naive, wanting to believe how you've been raised and that that's the truth kind of thing. But your whole challenge now is to question, what does the truth mean to me? What is my inner truth telling me about myself? And trusting that your inner truth plays a part and plays a role in this whole bigger puzzle piece, just like this too. Relationships. I'm attracted to those who serve my higher good. Every single connection with someone and every single connection with truth that you gather is a relationship. What's your relationship with the emotion of guilt? What's your relationship with anger? What's your relationship with truth? What's your relationship with source and your higher self? You have to look into what your relationships are. I'm hearing that so strongly for so many of you. You guys have to evaluate your relationships. And what many people don't understand is that when people hear relationships, some people think solely like on a romantic level. Like that's the first thing that they think about. But a lot of people think about relationships with people. But relationships extend further than that. And there's a relationship you have with money. There's a relationship that you have with fear, a relationship you have with vulnerability and these concepts. And so many of you are being asked now to face that. So many, a lot of adversity or like resistance that you guys can get from being open to these messages coming in for your soul, or these lessons trying to come in right now for 2021. You guys need to surrender, need to let go, let yourself go. So many of you are afraid to let go of what you've been taught all these years, really in fear of like what's beyond that. It's like a fear of the unknown, like a little kid in the dark trying to like walk in the hallway and just like not being able to trust that the floor is right there and that they'll be okay. Yeah. And this is where the self-esteem comes in, right? Remember how I was saying that you guys need to work on your solar plexus, self-confidence? I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and the others. You guys have to trust your inner truth. You have to grow in inner truth. So many of you think that truth is only valid when it's confirmed by others, or when it's confirmed by media, by mainstream media, or when someone who is more knowledgeable or more experienced or has like a PhD and like whatever under their belt, that voice is more powerful. But you guys are, by doing that, you're underestimating your whole puzzle piece that you play in the collective and downplaying your own truth and your own role. And truth is really just a reflection of your soul, of the light that you project out into the world. So to deny your own inner truth is to shut out your light from being seen by others. Abundance. I'm a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Like I said, you guys have this, you're at a crossroads right now. This is what this energy of like shifting is. It's very unstable. It's like, which is ironic because I just went through an earthquake today. But again, where is it? Lay a solid foundation. Find your stability. Find your spiritual stability that can keep you grounded, because we're about to go through some crazy times right now, as we have been. And 2020 has been your lesson of all this shakiness, all this like 3 to 4, this like transition period. A lot of you haven't been able to find your spiritual grounding of what's going on, your spiritual anchor, and like holding you there. And some of you have gotten lost in the tides of 2020. So your whole lesson right now is learning this whole Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Wands, learning how to master your passion, master your energy, master your force, your life force energy, and how to best utilize it for others. And also Queen of Pentacles, learning stability, learning security, learning what that means for you, but having that come from an internal place, not relying, understanding that you are abundant and secure and stable within yourself. And you don't need to look outside like this eagle is alone, this woman's alone, this guy's alone, this guy is the only human there. He's living in the present moment. He's enjoying things. These are all, everything, every single person here is alone. Which is to say that this journey is going to be an internal journey. And obviously we've had more of a hermit year than other years. But some of you haven't utilized that time. That was a gift given by the universe for us to utilize time being alone, for us to do some introspection, some internal healing work. And some of you guys just haven't taken it yet. And again, that's where these emotional addictions come in. If you're emotionally addicted to fear and live off of fear, and maybe you're addicted to reading the media, you're addicted to the news, you're addicted to being around more people who look more on the fearful side of things, this can be why. Because every single time that you had a moment of silence, a moment to just be and exist and appreciate your surroundings around you, instead you've taken it to alchemize it into a moment of seeking out that addiction. Let's see what came up in the news today. Let's see what awful thing is going on that I feel like I have no control over now. Let's not meditate and get to know myself and trust in my own ability and power as a soul. I want to pull some more cards. Whew, this is a really good reading. I'm really, really happy about this reading. Discipline. No freaking way, dude. What? I can accomplish what I set my mind to. That literally just popped out. This needs to be a priority for you guys. You guys, all you need to understand is learning how to master this. You need to learn how to master your mind, how to master that addiction. A lot of you should Google like how to deal with emotional addictions and how to overcome them. I realized that for a long time. I was emotionally addicted to anything that gave me a sense of feeling like a victim. I was emotionally addicted to sadness, to reading sad things, to feeling guilty about things, to feeling shame. And it's all subconscious, of course, you know. And it's once we become conscious of things that we are finally able to address them and heal them and do what we can to overcome them on a root level. Yeah, we're in shifty, shaky times right now. And it's going to be easiest for you guys. Can I get another card for the collective? For this full moon energy. You guys see that the time is up here. Like, you understand that things are changing, that the world is not the world that we're leaving in 2020 is not going to be the world that we're stepping into in 2021. Stress. You guys are causing so much stress in your lives. And I'm feeling it just like pulling this card out. It's like a lot. It's a lot. It's like you're trying to juggle all these things, but all these things are like, ooh, just like the light. Remember how I was saying the light? It's like juggling all these different people's lights, all these different people's truths, and like not finding your own. If this dude stopped juggling that for a second and literally looked down, stopped with the entertaining, stopped with the dancing and whatever, and trying to grow 3 legs for other people, and just looked down and understood that like a monkey was controlling him, or like a monkey was just like watching what he like caused and fucking up his whole world, he would stop and just get off that freaking bubble and start living his own life. But you guys are not even giving yourselves the time to take a breath, take a step back, and separate yourselves from the fake collective energy, this illusionary collective energy that puts us in a state of fear and in a state of lack and in a state of worry. Success. This narrative of the collective rising above and evolving and raising its vibration is going to happen with or without you guys, I'm hearing. With or without your help. But it's going to make it a lot easier for you guys and a lot easier for the collective if you guys just take a step back and breathe and look around you and what's going on, and looking within yourself, looking around you in observation, but looking within yourself in curiosity for the truth, in search for the truth. You guys have been looking everywhere outside of yourselves, and looking everywhere but yourselves for your truth. And this world works in opposites. Like right now, like our modern society has been working in opposites, where we first find truth externally, trying to validate our internal truth. When the universal laws, the universe does not operate that way. You have to find your internal truth, and the universe shifts depending on what that truth is. So that's why so many of you guys are seeing clouds right now. You can't even look up and see these flowers blooming for you because of what your reality is, what your focus is. Your focus is your reality, and your reality is what you focus on. So it's up to you. Are you guys going to break through? Are you going to access this internal life force that is literally waiting for you? Or are you going to ignore it and stay back in the same energy? Because this and that are true, and it's totally up to you. It's totally up to you guys. I would say doing a lot of meditation. A meditation that might help a lot of you, since especially if you're very overly stimulated, it might help to light a candle and just focus on the candle. Play some meditation music in the background. I would say like nothing that has words in it, and just focusing on the candle. I think that'll help a lot of you guys. Because when I was very highly stimulated, it was an easier thing to do because I had something to look at. Let's see. Let's try to get some more guidance on what would help you guys. I don't want to leave you guys with without a I think that to end this on a good, I was gonna say gooder, on a good note would help. And some guidance for the collective this full moon. Freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. This is so beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm gonna read this. I don't even know. Oh my God, I swear to God. I just opened this page and this was the first page I opened. You guys, this is literally crazy. Oh, this stuff gets me so excited every single time. Never loses its magic. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Your soul is open to receiving new wisdom and insights that will allow it to make the right choices for its own growth. Remember, you are never a victim of other people or their circumstances. You have complete control over your own choices. By following your heart and being authentic to yourself, you present the real you to the world. Making decisions based on other people's expectations is not the true path to happiness. You are responsible for creating your own reality. When a soul shifts to a place of honoring itself in its totality, free from judgment, only then will it find its true freedom. Every soul is unique and follows its own path. Don't give in to peer pressure or the urge to fit in. You are the only one who truly knows the real you, so feel free to march to the beat of your own drummer. I'm also going to read now, to close these off, I'm going to read trust and abundance and maybe self-esteem. Let's see. I cannot believe I opened it up on freedom. That's like, it's so insane. It's so insane. Okay. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. The earth can be a tricky plane, but you have been given a tool to help you navigate through the murky waters, your intuition. You must learn to tell the difference between ego talk and soul talk, and then trust your soul. Once you get into the habit of following your intuition, you will come to practice that discernment. You will come to practice that discernment externally. You will be able to know if a person or situation is trustworthy. But it all begins with listening to your inner voice. Exercise it like a muscle, and when you determine that it's always right, that wisdom will spread out and influence everything that you do. Decisions will seem easier. Your soul wants only what is best for you, and you must learn to trust it. I really like how they said that it is a muscle. Trusting in yourself and intuition and your inner voice, it is totally a muscle. And a lot of you should look up how to tell the difference between your intuition gut feeling versus your ego or your brain. And it is a really hard thing to find if you're coming at it from a very heady, very hyperactive mind space. Whereas if you take the time to get focused, meditate, clear your mind, and silence yourself and silence this, get tapped into this, then it's going to be a lot easier for you to feel. This is a feeling, and you can't know if you're feeling it if you haven't been aware of you feeling it before. So you have to quiet your mind, get in tune with yourself, and try to listen out for that. Now let's get abundance over here. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Always, blah. Always remember that you are God, and God is all about creation. God says yes, the ego says no. In order to have abundance in all areas of your life, you must create the space of receiving and know that you are deserving of anything your heart desires. The more you can release limited thinking and worry, the more open you are to receiving the infinite flow of the universe. I feel called to stop, and I'm going to read self-esteem now. Here we go. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. It is easy to perceive others as being better than you. This is a trap of the ego. There is no one greater or lesser than you. There are only those who have learned how to reveal their gifts to a greater or lesser degree. Everyone is born with unique abilities of the soul, and just like snowflakes, no two are ever alike. You have a unique perspective to share with the world, and you have come back this time to put your stamp on it. Perhaps you may not even be aware or in tune with your ability and your incredibly gifted self. Why not try to make a list of 10 aspects of yourself or abilities you possess that you love and hold in high regard? It is not always easy to write about yourself, but sometimes you need to be reminded just how special you are. Remember that you did not come down from this schoolroom by accident. You have meaning and a reason for being. You are a treasure chest of incredible gifts and insight. Now is the time to celebrate you. We live in a world that everyone's trying so hard to be special because they don't feel like they are special. And this is your confirmation that your soul is the most special soul, just like how anyone else around you is the most special soul in their own way. And you just don't feel that way because you haven't accessed that feeling. You haven't accessed those gifts yet. But that will come with this trust, that will come with intuition, and that will come with knowing who you are, which comes with meditation and observation and quiet and stillness and all those beautiful things that you can't pay for. You can't pay for that experience. You can't find it on Instagram. You can't go and find a hashtag that will give you the feeling for you. You guys have to go do that internal work. I'm seeing that so much more. This full moon is the perfect time to do that. And that is the reading. So if you guys like that reading, if that resonated at all, if you felt called to that, I'm really, really, really glad. And I'm really, really glad that this can help you in any way. I know that I was trying to find some full moon tarot readings before, and they're actually kind of hard to find. So if this reading resonated at all with you guys, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell down below. Feel free to comment down below anything, any bits and wisdoms that you guys have to say. If you guys really, really like this and feel called to give a little given, then there is a link where I will accept donations down below. Again, I say this all the time, it's really, really not expected at all, but totally appreciated if you guys feel called to. You guys can also book a reading with me, and the link is also in my bio, and also all the links for these tarot decks are down below. So thank you guys so much for doing this. If you guys have any time, I would suggest journaling tonight. I found this amazing Moonology diary for 2021. Actually, let's see what it says about this time. That can be like a little bonus for this whole thing, because they actually started with they started in December, which is really awesome. Oh, what? There's no way they ended. No way. Oh, here we go. Oh my god, I was like, what? Whoa, okay, so this is really cute. So here we are, full moon. And Happy New Year. This week brings the last full moon of 2020 in the sign of Cancer. Life could be a tad confusing now. Happily, by New Year's Day, most of OFUs? What? Most of us? Oh my god, they didn't put a space. Most of us should be feeling more centered and inspired. So this is definitely part of the energy that we are tapping into for sure. But that's a really nice little chunk. Full moon forgiveness. It's the best time to practice forgiveness, gratitude, and release negativity. It's a yang time. Do a forgiveness ceremony. That can help a lot of you guys. Writing down who you need to forgive, what you need to forgive in the past, what you need to leave in 2020. Maybe you need to forgive 2020 and everything it's done to you. If you do, then that means you haven't learned a lot of lessons that are planted for your neshama. And you didn't learn the lessons that you're supposed to learn from 2020. So I leave you with that little bit for you guys to look in yourself. But other than that, thank you guys so much for sticking around this long in the reading. Thank you guys for even clicking on this and finding it so interesting and resonating with my shit. I really, really, really appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys so much. And I will come back to you guys very soon with another video because I'm really feeling this stuff. And I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you for doing this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really can't say it enough. It makes me so happy. It lights up my soul. And yeah, bye guys.